Today you will be stenciling. Stenciling is the art of using a piece of paper, having an image cut out of it, and then using that paper and paint with a toothbrush, okay, here, and splattering it to create a image below. So this piece of paper, this stencil, masks the paper and keeps it clean, okay? And I can use this to create my stencil, but I can also take the shape that I cut out of my stencil and use that also for masking to make other images, okay? So here the flower is suggested in the negative space, and here it's a positive shape, okay? So you're going to be creating stencils. Again, it can be representational, it can be totally abstract. So let's talk about making a stencil. You'll need a piece of paper, and you'll fold it in half, okay? So have those corners meet. And then it's very important that you do your cutting from this folded edge, okay? Because you want your masked image, your stencil, to be here in the center, okay? And the space around the edge is very important. That keeps paint from splattering where you don't want it, okay? So keep your image small in the middle, okay? So I'd make something, okay? Some things are going to be very simple, and you can just freehand cut it. Again, I'm trying to keep it near the center so that when I do my splattering, it stays nice and clean around this heart, for instance, okay? But for some of those images that you make, you can also be folding it and even cutting out another shape, okay? So here I have several stencils that could be really fun to work with, as well as this tiny heart, okay? Other times when you're cutting things out, for example, when I made this flower here, that was pretty darn tricky to do. And so for things that you find are really tricky, you might want to draw it beforehand, okay? So here, again, I have to work on my folded edge, very important, okay? So I had the center of my flower, not sure if you can see that, and then I had half of my petal on this fold, another one here, there, right here. It's not really as stable as I would want, but I want you to be able to see. Anyway, and then I'd have to go and I could cut it out and I'd have a stencil again. So let's talk about actually creating those stencils. So I'm going to flip this over. Here you can see one that I've started, and I have so many different types of stencils. Notice this one's not laying flat. When yours doesn't lay flat, which it won't at times, just fold it the opposite way, or any paper in life, okay? And you can place stencils inside of stencils. So let's get started. First step, when you're ready, wet your toothbrush, tap off the drips, okay? You want nice thick paint, so get rid of excess water, and then scrub it in the paint. Let's say this time I want to use black. And scrub it so it's nice and thick, okay? We're not using paintbrushes, so we don't have to worry about damaging those. And then make sure your bristles are pointed down so that it sprays down. If you have it going this way, it's going to go up, okay? And that's not going to be good. And the thicker the paint is, the better your stencil is going to show up, because it has what's called contrast, okay? So it's color against that white paper, which is going to make it stand out really well. The exciting part, I lift it up. Look at that. See how that paper masked it? And I lift that out. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay. Again, I can create it in the negative. I'm just bending that a little bit more. I'm going to use the same color for simplicity, just so you guys can get to making your art. But here you can see I'm using this positive shape to create one in the negative, okay? So all sorts of stuff. Here's another one I was working on. You can also be layering colors up. You can see I have a number of petals. Okay, I'm cleaning my paintbrush. Make sure to do a really good job of that, okay? So that these colors don't get all icky, okay? And you know what? It's not laying flat so nicely. The closer you can get it to the paper, the better. I've been using, it's that same green, and so I'm going to try and make it a little bit different. Maybe this time I'll add a little bit of browns into it, okay? Just to give it some contrast again, make it different from the colors around it so I can identify that leaf as noticeable. So fill it up, have fun layering, creating flowers or really anything that you'd like. So I'm going to stop there. But just know you can also go back with oil pastels, and you can be drawing more things into your space. Who knows? Okay. Anyway, you are the artist, so have fun with it. And it's just a one-day project.